Hi, I'm Patrik, one of the developers of ed.Detect. In our first video, I introduced you to a powerful AI analysis tool, ed.Detect. Today, I'll show you how you can put ed.Detect to good use and fight unwanted bot traffic completely automated. Anomalies in data can have different causes. For website providers, for example, bots are often responsible for distorting important KPIs. It is important to differentiate between human and non-human traffic within data analysis. Nevertheless, bot traffic should not generally be viewed as bad. There are some standard systems on the market that can identify bots based on technical indicators and exclude them from the website. But in reality, a large proportion of non-human traffic still enters analytics tools. At this point, analysts often take on the time-consuming task of identifying bot traffic in order to filter out as much non-human traffic as possible. Filtering is often carried out by using very extensive and complex segment settings in the tracking tools. This leads to additional manual effort and therefore ties up the analyst resources. How can ed.Detect help in this situation? Our AI-driven analytics tool, ed.Detect, can take over and automate all necessary steps of the identification, segmentation, and notification of bot traffic. Thanks to the monitoring of all data streams on a daily basis, ed.Detect automatically recognizes the bot share of visits based on typical patterns. It is also possible and easy to implement individual rules so that the bot detection is tailored precisely to your business requirements. For example, the exclusion of certain markets or channels. This information is then forwarded directly to the analytics team so that they can take immediate action. If desired, ed.Detect can also filter identified data streams directly so that they can be removed from the relevant reports or even from the tracking tool itself. How does it all work? For the analysis, ed.Detect connects straight to your tracking tool and therefore is able to constantly analyze thousands of data streams simultaneously and react immediately to any findings. To do so, the data first passes through a customized rule set based on our experience in digital analytics and your industry-specific features. In this first step, suspicious traffic can already be identified and analyzed further in the second step. A detailed searching for bot traffic, which is well masked as human traffic or only occurs at certain points, can therefore be easily overlooked by the analytics team. For this step, ed.Detect uses machine learning algorithms to identify non-human behavior. Corresponding data streams can then be used for effective data segmentation. All in all, bot detection with ed.Detect is much more comprehensive and granular, yet significantly faster, cheaper, and more efficient than a manual investigation. Our experience has shown that ed.Detect can identify bot traffic that is much more fragmented and can react up to 2 weeks prior to conventional methods. Intelligent notifications are based on the results of the ed.Detect core engine. This means that analysts who get such a notification are not starting from scratch and can identify bot traffic immediately and react accordingly. With ed.Detect, new groundbreaking ways of filtering have become available. What are the advantages of bot detection with ed.Detect compared to conventional methods? We call the conventional approach of bot filtering collect and collate. As all bot traffic is collected in a large segment and, if possible, placed in an organized filter system based on identified characteristics. This approach can be imagined as a large bucket that is constantly filled with features that mark bot traffic. At first, this approach is very simple to implement and promises great success. On the long run, however, the disadvantages outweigh the advantages. On the one hand, the filter setting is constantly extended and no further analysis takes place. This increases the proportion of human traffic within the segment bucket, as bots are often only active for a certain period and then disappear again. The segment continues to grow, which makes it more and more difficult to maintain the segment. This has a negative impact on the performance when using it. In addition, such a segment usually only contains descriptive characteristics of the affected traffic and does not contain a timestamp. That means the possibility of reproducing data is made more difficult with each update of the segment, because it usually lacks of any kind of versioning number. And what now? How can we make your life easier? We have designed the Detect and Decide approach. This system uses an innovative two-stage monitoring. Firstly, it checks all traffic for non-human influences and maintains a bot segment by filtering out identifying characteristics. Secondly, it checks all traffic that has already been identified as bot activity. If it's found that a bot has stopped, the corresponding traffic is released again. Identified bot traffic is therefore placed in a kind of quarantine. As soon as the traffic is found to be bot-free, the traffic is released for further processing. This makes it easy to track when specific bot activities start and, above all, when they end. With this information, we can create a segment that is not only the optimum at the time of the analysis, but also at any time in the past, as the segment never filters out traffic that cannot be assigned to an active bot. This ensures that data exports are always identical and consistent, regardless of the time of the query. How does the integration of ed.Detect work with your existing system? Bots are automatically recognized as active or inactive by ed.Detect. For this purpose, a kind of blacklist is created, which contains information about all currently active or no longer active bots. This blacklist is passed to your tag management system. Using the tag manager, each hit can be flagged as a bot before the data is forwarded to the tracking tool. For this purpose, a marker is added to each hit in form of a new custom dimension. In the tracking tool itself, this new dimension can now be easily filtered so that a complex bot segment can be replaced by a single condition. This system can even be extended so that traffic classified as a bot is no longer forwarded to the tracking tool, saving server calls. However, a complete detect and decide approach has several advantages. First, faster and more efficient processes. The rules that classify traffic as a bot are firmly defined, are communicated clearly. In contrast to classification by an analyst, the decisions about classifying traffic are always consistent and comprehensive for everyone. Second, improved data quality. A segment that only filters the traffic that has been recognized as bot traffic for each point in time is created. This reduces the amount of filtered human traffic to a minimum and always guarantees the consistency of the data. In addition, the filtering method is far more efficient and faster than using a complex, error-prone bot segment. Third, holistic classification and further use. The separation of traffic into bot or human traffic is available to you everywhere in the data, even beyond the tracking tool. It can be used for further analysis in other tools or platforms. In short, smarter, faster, ed.Detect. So start now and generate best insights from your data.